What's good, folks? It's KnightmareFrame here with a new and exciting and actually interesting Warframe video. So after I uploaded my Titania Eidolon Huntress video, someone from my Discord showed me the Ivara and Navigator Kastanas thing, and I was like, I've seen this before, and no offense, but I find it boring and disorientating at times. So I was like, Ivara has a damn powerful exalted weapon with insane crits. Why don't people use that? They're so obsessed with the Navigator and Kastanas. In the end, I was like, you know what? I'ma do it, cause Navigator is for normies and peasants. Yeah, I said it. What you gonna do? That's what I thought. So I showcased this build on my stream, and people were shocked, confused, impressed, and some knew the potential. This Warframe will cater to those who want to try something different and that won't even need the use of any ribbons. Just the Warframe with her abilities and the help of some useful tools. But playing with Ivara has two weaknesses. One being that she is super squishy. I mean, like super squishy. You breathe on her, she explodes. So you gotta play safe and smart. Secondly, since Artemis bow is a projectile weapon, it suffers during the water spawn phase of the Gauntlet and Hydralist. If you're going to do anything below 4x3, then you won't have to worry about it that much. But 5 to a 6x3, that will slow you down tremendously. So there is a way to fix that, and that's by simply taking a heavy hitting sniper for the water spawn phase. And you can carry on with the rest with your bow. This is why Lanka isn't used at all. When shooting a Synovia during the water phase, try your best to shoot through Volt's water shields. The crit damage multiplier is super helpful. It will slightly be different during the far spawn. Ivara's role will of course be the main Synovia DPS and the Unairu Wisp provider. And for those who know, this is usually done by the meta DPS Warframe for Eidolons, Chroma. But I am replacing him with this shady little girl. For those who are just starting out in Eidolon hunts and want to understand more of what goes on in these hunts without asking questions that already have been answered, I highly advise you to watch the Ultimate Eidolon Hunting Guide series. I will leave a link in the description, put up a card, and a link at the end of the video. Do check those out to help you get started on your hunts. Basically, grabbing and charging the main initial lure to begin the hunts, and void blasting for the Unairu Wisp to buff the Madurai shield DPS and taking down the Synovias. Pretty simple and the usual gig. For this setup, her powerful Artemis bow will be the main damage source to the Synovias. This ability scales of power, strength, and weapon equipped mods. It drains energy per shot, meaning it's not a channeling ability. The multi-shot will scale from weapon mods and not power strength. Quick trigger is the best choice for the hunts, giving you that vertical shot. A charge shot will change into a horizontal fire mode, but does not increase the damage at all. It deals high puncture, but of course I will be modding it for high crit, damage, and radiation. And during the final phase where you shoot the head, I will be taking advantage of her headshot multiplier from Prowl, which scales off power strength as well, dealing insane damage, a literal one shot on everything. Alright, let's take a look at the Ivara build. It is a very simple and may look similar, because what I'm doing is simply going in and out of Artemis bow for the one shot and out. So the aura can actually be whatever you want. I sometimes use speed holster or enemy radar. The thing is, Ivara's passive gives you that 20-meter enemy radar, so you can use this to your advantage. But having enemy radar helps the Trinity or Oberon as well, especially when they charge the lures, so play nice with your team. As you can see, this build is packed with a lot of power strength mods. The two Umbra mods of course provide Ivara with decent health pool for some defenses and adding some power strength in there. Duration does not matter on this build whatsoever. Natural talent to help me get into Artemis bow faster. You have to be fast when hunting Eidolons. Max rank fleeting and streamline to get as much efficiency as possible, cause the negative efficiency from blind rage. Arcane acceleration for 60% increased fire rate when you crit, and arcane rage for 120% rifle damage when you headshot crit. I trigger these arcanes during the downtime phases when blasting for wisps and the rally phase, using either my primary or secondary weapon. And now for the monster exalted weapon, Artemis bow. Built differently from how you would build a weapon for Eidolon hunts, this has raw damage, crit, and elements. Multi-shot is important as it increases the number of arrows Artemis bow shoots. Vigilante Armaments doesn't only increase multi-shot, but it also provides you with the Asset Effect bonus to increase critical hits from primary weapons, heavy caliber for more damage, and does not affect the accuracy at all, unless you're using the Artemis Bow Augment concentrated arrows, Stormbringer, and Hellfire to create the radiation element, as heat and electricity make radiation. Now to boost the damage even further, I will also hook Ivara up with a Sentinel weapon used as a stat stick to boost the effects of the Vigilante set. With 3 extra Vigilante mods plus the one I have on Artemis Bow, I gain 4 out of 6 to the set bonus, granting me a 20% chance for the increased critical hits on primaries. Not only that, I will use a hit scan sniper just for the water spawn phase, since Artemis Bow cannot land hits during those spawns, and that sniper can be either a Rubico Prime or a Vectis Prime, since they're the best and the strongest hit scan snipers currently, especially without a Riven. But in this case, I'm using the Rubico, since we're going with the no Riven trend. This is the Rivenless Rubico that is built to destroy Eidolons. Pretty much a similar build to the Artemis Bow, but I'm using primed cryo rounds instead of heavy caliber for the increased cold damage, since Eidolon's weakness is radiation and cold. And of course, knowing that Ivara is super squishy, you need the help of a certain arcane to help keep her alive and healed up. And I suggest Magus Repair. This is especially during the Hydralist down phase, since if you're running with an experienced group, the Trinity or Oberon won't be around as much since they would be teleporting lures, and the AoE damage can be very fatal for Ivara. So for the Rivenless warriors, this build is for you. Fun and deadly. Like seriously deadly. Like Call Area 51, world ending deadly. And for Navigator Ivara Eidolon Hunters, get good. JK, I love you. Not really. Anyway, this is my crazy fun Eidolon Huntress IVARA that uses Artemis Bow. I do hope you found this video entertaining and helpful. And if you did, feel free to leave a like, share, and subscribe. For more Warframe content and so much more, do refer to the description. Thanks for watching, and as always, peace.